Look at this. A global movement is underway to boycott U.S. products. 8 countries, including India, that have boycotted or opposed U.S. products.
Imagine a world where the products you love, your morning coffee, your favorite sneakers, even your car, are suddenly shunned by an entire nation. In 2025, India is making headlines with a powerful consumer movement, a boycott targeting made in USA products. Why? Outrage over U.S. trade policies, tariffs, and political decisions. From social media campaigns to apps helping shoppers avoid American goods, this boycott is shaking global markets. In 2025, tensions over U.S. policies, especially President Trump's sweeping tariffs, have sparked boycotts in opposition to American goods in some surprising places. Let's dive into the top 8 countries leading this charge, counting down from number 8 to the most unexpected contender at number 1. Starting our list at number 8 is India, a nation making headlines in 2025 for its bold stance against U.S. products. India's opposition stems from trade disputes, particularly over U.S. tariffs on Indian exports like textiles, jewelry, and electronics. In response, India has refused to import U.S. dairy products from meat-fed cows and genetically modified crops like maize, soybeans, and apples. Posts on X in August 2025 highlight India's firm demands for lower U.S. tariffs and its refusal to distance itself from Russia or exit BRICS, signaling a broader geopolitical defiance. Indian consumers and businesses have also joined the movement, with some e-commerce platforms and small shops reducing U.S. imports. For instance, Indian entities have boycotted American brands like Coca-Cola and Starbucks, favoring local alternatives to express dissent against perceived aggressive U.S. trade policies. This boycott, while significant, is complicated by the deep integration of U.S. tech and services in India's economy, making a total boycott challenging. At number 7, Mexico's boycott of U.S. goods is a direct response to Trump's tariffs, initially targeting Mexico alongside China and Canada. In 2025, Mexican consumers are shunning American brands like Budweiser and Apple, driven by both economic retaliation and national pride. Social media campaigns, including Facebook groups with thousands of members, encourage Mexicans to buy local and avoid U.S. products. A March 2025 report noted a 23% drop in border crossings from Mexico to the U.S., reflecting a broader rejection of American goods and travel. Mexican retailers are promoting domestically produced items, and apps like Check the Label help shoppers identify non-U.S. products. The boycott's impact is felt in reduced sales of American alcohol and consumer goods, though U.S. tech giants like Microsoft remain harder to avoid due to their dominance in cloud computing and software. France lands at number 6, where the Buy French and European movement has gained traction in 2025. French consumers are boycotting iconic U.S. brands like Coca-Cola, Starbucks, and Tesla, fueled by frustration with Trump's tariffs and U.S. foreign policy. A notable example is French entrepreneur Romain Roy, who canceled an order for 15 Tesla vehicles in 2025, citing political disagreements with Trump and Elon Musk. Social media, particularly the Boycott USA Facebook page, has thousands of followers sharing tips on avoiding American products. France's boycott echoes historical precedent, like the 1990s UK boycott of French wine over nuclear testing. While American tech platforms like Facebook complicate a full boycott, French shoppers are increasingly choosing European alternatives, impacting U.S. brands' market share. Norway takes the number 5 spot with a boycott that blends economic and political motivations. In 2025, Norwegian companies like Haltback Bunkers made headlines by refusing to supply the U.S. Navy, citing dissatisfaction with U.S. policies, including Trump's treatment of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Norwegian consumers are avoiding U.S. products like Starbucks and Budweiser, with a 20% drop in U.S. tourism reported in March 2025. Social media groups and apps like MapleScan, popularized in Canada, but used in Norway, help identify non-American 21st state. Norway's electric vehicle market, particularly Tesla, has seen a dip in sales, reflecting the boycott's impact. The movement is strong in Norway, where environmental concerns also amplify anti-U.S. sentiment. Denmark ranks at number 4, driven by outrage over Trump's 2025 tariffs and his controversial suggestion to purchase Greenland. The Salling Group, Denmark's largest retailer, introduced black star labels on European products to help consumers avoid American goods. A Megaphone survey for TV2 in March 2025 found that 50% of Danish consumers are deliberately avoiding U.S. products. The Swedish Facebook group Boycotted från USA boycott goods from the U.S., with nearly 80,000 members, has inspired similar Danish online communities. Sales of American brands like Coca-Cola and Tesla have declined, and Denmark's boycott is amplified by national pride and environmental concerns about U.S. policies. Sweden secures the number 3 position with a robust boycott movement. Over 70,000 Swedes have joined the Boycotted från USA Facebook group in 2025, sharing lists of non-American substitutes for products like Starbucks and Budweiser. The boycott, fueled by Trump's tariffs and U.S. foreign policy, has led to a 17% drop in U.S. tourism in March 2025. Swedish retailers are promoting local brands, and apps like Is This Canadian? Are gaining popularity in Sweden to identify non-U.S. goods. Tesla sales have notably declined, reflecting Sweden's strong environmental stance against American companies perceived as less sustainable. Canada storms into number 2 with a highly organized boycott of U.S. products in 2025, sparked by Trump's tariffs and provocative comments about Canada becoming the 51st U.S. state. Canadian consumers are using apps like MapleScan, by Beaver, and O Scanada, which rank high on Canada's iPhone App Store, to avoid American goods. A March 2025 report noted a 23% drop in border crossings and a 70% decrease in travel bookings to the U.S. The Liquor Control Board of Ontario stopped stocking American alcohol, and retailers are turning away U.S. products like pizza toppings and alcohol. Goldman Sachs estimated in April 2025 that foreign boycotts, led by Canada, could shave $28 minus $83 billion off U.S. GDP. And the number 1 country that will shock you is Ireland. This small nation has mounted a surprisingly fierce boycott of U.S. products in 2025, driven by opposition to Trump's policies and his ownership of golf courses in Ireland, which have faced protests and vandalism. Irish consumers are shunning American brands like Coca-Cola, Starbucks, and Tesla, with a 20% drop in U.S. tourism reported in March 2025. Social media campaigns, including Facebook groups, share lists of European alternatives, and the Buy Local movement is strong. Irish teacher Moya O'Sullivan told CNN, "It's very disappointing to see half of America choose Trump. There need to be consequences." The boycott's impact is significant, though U.S. tech platforms like Facebook remain challenging to avoid. These 8 countries, India, Mexico, France, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Canada, and Ireland, are leading a global pushback against U.S. products in 2025, driven by Trump's tariffs and geopolitical tensions. From innovative apps like MapleScan to retailer labeling strategies, consumers are finding creative ways to express dissent. While a total boycott is nearly impossible due to U.S. dominance in tech and services, the economic impact is real, with Goldman Sachs estimating a potential $83 billion hit to U.S. GDP. What do you think about this global movement? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on global trends.